Yo, what's up you guys? Welcome back to another video. Today's video, I want to speak about the retail sales that increased by 0.7%, what it means for the dollar index and how you can make use of it in your daily trading habits there as well. If you're new here, a sub would be appreciated as I provide valuable educational content on a daily basis. If you enjoy the content, please do consider smashing that thumbs up button there as well. Before we get started, I dropped the video about these problems, beware about the problems this morning, and I got some questions about it that I quickly want to answer before we go over. So the purpose of the video was obviously for people to understand what it is that they need to look out for before they sign up with a prop firm. And then the way said, please tell us which prop firms don't do payouts. The thing is, I can't tell you which prop firms don't do payouts, all of them. However, I can tell you the ones that I work with because I like to talk about my own personal experiences. So we're going to get to that now. But one thing I can tell you is that if you do decide to sign up with a prop firm, it's best to always go in their Discord and see whether people are complaining or whether people aren't complaining. If they don't have a Discord, just go onto Trustpilot and you'll be able to read about what people are saying. Do you think using one prop firm is a problem? Well, I would say yes. I'd say diversify your portfolio and start looking to get some other firms in there as well. Teresa Motoka is saying someone is triggered. I think someone was triggered this morning, my friend. Are you part of the prop firm? Really, I know you don't come empty-handed. Do you come with some solid evidence? And then we have the legend, the myth himself, Amaka Francis. Amaka Francis is saying, so prove. Young man, please get to the point. Which prop firm took your money? You are talking too much. Well, thank you so much for that. Firstly, there's no proof to show based on the video that I made, because I didn't say that prop firms scammed me, and they took my money. So there's no proof that I need to show you to that. What I do want to show you is how I was requesting withdrawals from prop firms that I still did not get out. I'm sure that is what you meant by what you were trying to say. You're right. So you could have just asked me to show you some withdrawals that I'm still waiting for payouts from, which I don't have a problem with. Okay. But at the end of the day, it is very important that you guys keep in mind that you have to be very careful where you put your money at the end of the day also. And the reason why I make these videos is sometimes these prop firms, they get away with just taking your money and they think it's okay. So here's a good example. This withdrawal was from First Class Forex Funds, was on the 19th of April, and I requested the withdrawal. Today is the 15th of August, and I still did not receive it. There you can see it's still under review. So it's been 6 months. Now, I'm not sure if that is taking my money and not paying me out. I'm not sure. Amaka, you can decide about that. Next up, we've got MDP withdrawal July the 6th. Then I sent them an email, a follow-up email on July the 20th to say that, hey, waar is my geld? I'm still waiting. And then they sent me this long email to say that with all the above said, we would like to appreciate, and if you can accept our apologies for the inconvenience caused, then we'll review your application as soon as possible. Feel free to contact us back. I haven't contacted them again. I tried to reach out, obviously through social media, but that wasn't lucky there at all, right? So I haven't gotten this withdrawal either. Then, this is a friend of mine, he's from the States, who also requested a withdrawal from MDP. On the 1st of August, I asked him, you didn't get your money yet? He says, no, he did not get his money yet. And up until today, he still has not received that payout as well. Here's a student of mine. He's also said that still nothing from your side. He's also waiting for his money. Now, this is a Trustpilot. Here you can see MDP. This was 15 hours ago. MDP Funding is a scam company. Guys, don't use the company called MDP Funding. I passed the challenge, got funded, and I requested a withdrawal. They stopped replying to my email. This is First Class Forex Funds. They've got a score of 1.7. That's probably lower than some people's IQs, but that is a very bad review score. Next up, you can also go into their Discord. All you have to do is type in there waiting, because that's a good reference point. There you can see this guy's been waiting for 3,000 withdrawals since March. That was a minute of silence for the proof that you were waiting for. This guy's been waiting for 6 months. Now, you see, what upsets me about this is the fact that people think it is okay to come out and just take people's money and think they can get away with it. I even got someone said to me on Instagram, he said to me that it is probably a good thing that this had happened to me, because why? I've probably promoted MDP. Now, the thing about that is, now the only problem that I have with that is that the person who promoted MDP, which is Andy the Goat, he passed all of those challenges for those people. He even created a group for MDP where he was basically passing challenges for people only. He promoted MDP. For a person to come into my inbox and say, you know what, it's probably a good thing that had happened to you because you promoted MDP, which I have not, really shows me how far we've come as traders. Well, as I'm going to do this because not everyone can trade, as traders, to be able to comment that instead of saying, you know what, I've also know a couple of people who's also been there, instead of referencing to the actual problem, you wishing that stuff upon me. But I've made peace with that, people whose face I can't see anymore, because it just leads to the middle of nowhere. Anyways, back to retail sales, increased 0.7% in July, better than expected, as consumer spending hold up. Okay, it says your consumer spending held up well in July as inflation slowed, with retail sales turning in a stronger than expected showing month over month, with Commerce Department reported today. The advanced retail sales report showed a seasonally adjusted increase of 0.7% for the month, better than the 0.4% in the Dow Jones's estimate. Excluding auto, sales rose a robust 1.7. What's that? 1%. As numbers are not just adjusted for inflation, they showed consumers are able to keep ahead of price increases. I wish we could have that kind of, where we just keep up to how, you can't keep up. In South Africa, you can't keep up with that. It says on the downside, furniture sales were down 1.8%. People probably can't buy furniture. And that's basically it. Now, higher retail sales is always good for the economy. We also got Powell. That's obviously going to come through tomorrow, and we're going to monitor that as well. However, for now, I do expect a bullish continuation for the dollar index. But we obviously know the market moves in waves. Now, if you guys remember the first time I spoke about this market, it was sitting at this level, and I explained all of the reasons why we can expect that move to the upside. The market now printed this massive impulse. So after an impulse, we expected a correction. And if you take the Fibonacci from the low to the high over there, you can see that we do have the 0.382 that's lining up perfectly with this very important structural level that the market had created over here. Now, this level over here not only acted as a level of support, but the market broke below support, came back, tested it as resistance. I do expect a deeper pullback for the dollar index, and then from there expecting that continuation to the upside there, right about there. So I would say wait for the market to just pull back a little bit more, and then you can start looking for that. Gold went exactly as anticipated. We can see gold started this move to the downside already. Gold now about to create an equal low over here. I still do expect gold to dip more lower, but for now I do expect this correction over here. There we have that level, nice level of support that the market broke below, acted as resistance. I do expect gold from there. Then I'll give you guys another update once the FOMC minutes has pulled through. Dow Jones definitely still stuck within this consolidation phase as we await a clear break below this structural level. On the retest, we are definitely going to trade that continuation to the downside there as well. Next up, we've got the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ over here started this move to the downside. If you guys remember, the NASDAQ broke below a very important structure. Then I still do expect the NASDAQ to continue this move to the downside, at least till there. Again, very important to see what the Feds are going to speak about tomorrow, and then from there we can obviously monitor price once again for any potential moves further. That is it from my side, guys. If you have any questions, drop them down in the comments below. Thank you for your time, and as always, cheers for years.